It is the end of November, so I'm doing another hobby journey video of the models that I painted this month and the models and yeah, other hobby related things that I purchased this month. Um, just trying to figure out where everything is. Um, yeah, it was a kind of a fun month. About the first 2.5 to 3 weeks, I was pretty productive. The last week or so, I've been playing a bunch of um, Skyrim on the old Xbox 360, so um, I haven't got as much done. But I'm gonna get back on the horse this week. That's my plan, and start painting in earnest again because I don't want to stop the amount of painting that I've been doing. I think I kind of overdosed in some sense because there was a point where I was painting maybe 5 or 6 hours a day, and like when I painted my unit of Glade Guard for Wood Elves, I finished that in about 4 days. Um, and I think I just kind of overdosed on it. But so it's nice to take a bit of a break. Um, I did some other modeling mostly during that period, but I did play a video game as well. But I did put most of my video games that I had been playing um, on eBay, and so they've all been sold off. I sold off my Wii U, and the purpose of that was to double down on the hobby. Um, I get a bit more money for it, and but mostly just because I was, I'd paint for maybe 2 or 3 hours. This is like um, mid October and through September. And I obviously painted quite a bit during that period, but I was painting and then I'd go and play like something on the system for a couple hours every night or something. And I just kind of, for me, I like video games. I have a long history playing them. They're kind of like an abyss, though. I play almost too much. Like World of Warcraft. Oh, that's like 8 years of my life that are kind of gone. Um, and I enjoy it. I mean, I met my wife playing World of Warcraft. There's lot of good perks. The game's awesome. It's a lot of time, um, and I just feel like it's usually kind of a waste. Like I always, if I play a video game for 2 or 3 hours, it's like, well, that was fun, but I didn't really accomplish anything. That for the most part, it depends on the game, I guess. But um, whereas painting takes a lot of time, but I know it's always towards like an end product. And if I put 3 hours towards it, I know where it's going. I know that the end product will be worth it, to me at least. And so it never feels like it's a waste of my time. It always feels more like I'm being really productive when I'm painting a lot. So I'd rather paint more. That was kind of my intention. And I've been putting a lot of hours into Skyrim, but I'm almost through it again. So um, I'm I might play it once in a blue moon, but my complete um, all the hours I've been put into it, I think they're almost at an end. So my plan is to get back on the horse for December and or get back on the Beastman, I guess. All right. So, oh, and one note as a milestone for this month, I got over 100 subscribers on my channel. So that's awesome. So appreciate anyone that subscribes and watches my channel. Most of my videos are pretty rambly, especially recently. But I have some pretty interesting topics lined up in the coming weeks, and I got a whole lot more ideas coming. And I just love interacting with everyone in the community. It's been a lot of fun. So painted models this month, mostly the budget of uh, Army for Age of Sigmar. So let's see if that's better lighting. It's kind of a damp, dreary day. So I did a unit of Glade Guard with a Spellweaver. If you watched my last video, I did an update on this army. It's pretty much the same stuff. And then at the beginning of November, I finished off the Slaanesh Demon Army. So that's the Keeper of Secrets, a few Fiends, and a Demon Prince that I converted. Converted this just up for you, Vince, because it actually has a few extra parts on there, which you mentioned that you like to see on your Slaanesh, specifically both the male and female components on a model of Slaanesh. So, anyways, there you go. Oh, damn lighting. All right. So the remainder of the month, hobby wise, I did Beastmen as I planned. Um, actually did quite a bit of work on them, just not a huge amount of painting. I did do painting, but not as much as I wanted. Um, let's see, I got to rebase all my Ungor Raiders still. I rebased my unit of Gores, so that's about 30 Gores. Well, actually, about 10 more than that. And so I rebased those. They had two hand weapons. I switched them. I have about another 30 Gores that are painted years ago that I need to rebase as well. And they all have two hand weapons. And so I just decided to spice them up and do like the hand weapon and shield option. So most of these are actually, they're not that far off from being finished. So I hope to get all these done in December. And another segment to the community project as well. That'll probably be another unit of Glade Guard, which I already have, and a Way Watcher Lord, which I've ordered. Um, it's kind of annoying. I ordered it from GW with a bunch of bases because I like the GW bases. um, but mostly because the Way Watcher, I couldn't find it on eBay for anything less than what GW charges. So that's what I decided to go with. And then January with that army, I'll probably do something quite different. Uh, Maybe like Eternal Guard or Rangers. I want something a bit more melee because right now I just have a bunch of archers, which are really good at range but absolutely horrible in close combat. So I need something else. And yeah, and then I think the rest of December, I'll probably go back to Beastmen and finish those up as much as I can. I was really hoping to start a brand new army, but it takes a bit longer, and like I said, I got a bit sidetracked. Um, but those will be definitely finished. I would virtually guarantee those will be finished. I am going home to Prince Edward Island um, for Christmas, but that'll only be like a week at most. And I might even take some models with me. So, um, yeah, so that would be fun. My brother actually wants a Tomb King, uh, a, 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 a chariot. So I think I'm gonna. He knows absolutely nothing about Warhammer or anything, but I've been in communication with him with the models I've been painting, and so he wanted a skeleton on a chariot, just kind of random. He said that, and so I was like, oh, I could do that. So I'm going to paint that up and give it to him as a Christmas present. Um, so it's been kind of a fun month. I got some good plans for coming for December. Um, so right now for my fantasy armies that are painted, that's kind of the key. I got tons of unpainted armies. They're not important. So painted armies, I'm working on the Wood Elves, but I have an army of Slaanesh Demons, mostly Beastmen, and big Vampire Count. So I want something that's like another faction that's good. So I'm thinking I might do Stormcast Eternals. I already have a bunch of the models. I just need to kind of get around to painting them. I'll probably go with the painting guide that GW does, just because I think that's the easiest for me. I have a hard time painting stuff. Um, I'm learning, like I'm starting to learn more of the steps, but I have a hard time um, picking something and doing it myself. Um, so far, most of my models that I'm very, very happy with are based upon tutorials either by other people in the community or from GW. Most of the stuff that I do myself, it's okay. Uh, but there's a lot to be kind of learned there. Mostly like how to choose the right colors and how many colors to kind of choose and to build up on it. So the Glade Guard, which I'm quite happy with, I've followed a tutorial with as well. And they're just, so I figure if I can at least follow the tutorial and come up with something that mimics, then at least I know like, and I have some of the types of skills necessary to paint well. The Spellweaver was kind of my own creation. I used a lot of the same color choices and the same techniques, but there we go. So, what did I do for the rest, hobby related? Um, well, I actually did buy some models this month. I've been trying not to because I really want to paint more than I bought. That's been kind of my mantra, and it just always gets blown out of the water. So, geez, geez, how am I going to stop buying this? The plastic's so addictive. So I bought a bunch of dwarves. I already owned like a dwarf army, but I mean it's pretty bare bones. Not much to it. So what I did is I just bought like a small component off eBay of like warriors with hand weapon shield and warriors with great weapons, and I think some of the handguns. I need some variety, right? Right. So right now my army is just pretty much a few cannons and a whole bunch of just regular generic dwarfs. I need some like iron breakers and iron drakes, some different war machines and things like that. But that army's getting there. Again, it probably won't be on the painting table for a long time, um, but it's usable in a game if I wanted to play with them. I also bought another box set of Age of Sigmar. Oh, geez. 2 boxes of Liberators and a box of Blood Reavers. Now, I have plans for the Liberators because I want to do the shield and the. Normally, most of them are hammer and shield. I want to do like the regular weapon and shield and paint them up like Roman legionaries for an elite unit in the Stormcast army. But probably only just the one unit because there's not enough weapons to kind of make a pure Roman themed army. You can make a Greek unit of prosecutors because they have kind of like the same types of equipment for one unit or more, but you need to actually buy like the actual unit. So I bought that stuff mostly on impulse. It was half off. Um, the local store is just kind of getting rid of their Age of Sigmar stockpile. Um, Very tempted. I actually put the sprues initially from the box set at least on eBay because I thought maybe I make a bit of money and then go buy another because they have 2 more box sets and it's like I could buy both of those for $100 and probably easily make back the money. And that and someone else would also get some nice cheap sprues. Um, I don't know. I'm very tempted to do that. Oh, geez. And so that gives me some more options of liberators as well, because that gives the whole weapon options. The reavers, I think we all know we don't need more reavers, especially with 2 boxes worth of the starter box. But at least with the standalone box, and again, it was half off, I can have the other weapon options for them. Just I like variety. I like seeing multiple different types of units, even if it's the same one. They got to have a completely different loadout. I don't really care if the Reaver axes are way better than the Man-Eater axes, or I think the Man-Eater axes are probably pretty good because they do have rend. Um, but I just think that so that's what I'll do. And they have a few different extra options with their command and things. Oh geez, and then um, they had like these little plastic bags at the store, night goblins, and there were units of 20 for $10. It's like so I gotta pick up some of those. They have a bunch more of like older lizardmen, which I'm very tempted to pick up as well. uh, and then yeah, a bunch of other like little odds and ends for orcs. You can't ever have, you know, two. You can always have more orcs. You can't have enough. Um, Jeez. And then I bought the Betrayal Calf box. Um, I like the box sets. It's something I always buy whenever I can because I'm always terrified of not getting them when they're available. Right? I came into the hobby late '90s when a lot of those early box sets, like I never really got a chance to really play Blood Bowl. Did play Battlefield Gothic, but like Warhammer Quest and a few other games, the original Space Hulk, all the um, earlier box games of Epic and things like that. I really missed out. Um, so it's always whenever they release a box set, I gotta get it. And I actually thought that this would be like a limited release thing, so that's why I bought it. Apparently, I don't think it is. But with specialist games, apparently there's a bunch more box sets coming out, so I've got to have a bunch of money on ready to go. And on a final note, I got the Craig's Honor graphic novel. I love Warhammer comics. There's a lot more out there, or there were, than people might kind of imagine. At one point, Black Library used to put out a comic every month that would contain, they'd continue like a ongoing story arcs over 3 or 4 issues. I have maybe 100 or so different Warhammer comics and graphic novels. Um, they're fun. I like the art of them. I got a good deal on that one. Um, and I'm also here's one of the reasons why I got this. I wasn't sure how long this would be around for either. Uh, GW promoted this graphic novel as like the first graphic novel that they ever produced. Um, it's not really that true. I guess Games Workshop itself has never done it, but Black Library certainly has. In fact, they produced the exact same book. Um, I want to say about a year ago, and it was very limited quantities. It sold out quick, and I've been looking for it. It's been on kind of my wish list for all that time. It's on my Amazon wish list right now for like, and the copies are like $200 or $300, and I'm not buying that. So I bought it, from Games Workshop if they reissue. I just think it's funny that they were promoting it, and it's like the very first one they've ever done. And it's especially since it's a reprint of one they already did do. Um, Good old GW. Um, so that would be it for the month. I did one of the reasons why that book is kind of important is I spent a week, apart from painting, doing an inventory of all my books and things like that in the collection. So that took a while of November, or yeah, November as well. So that's it for my hobby journey, and for November, I'll see you again at the end of December for a hobby journey then. Expect a few more videos out this week. Have a good one, guys.